right, today it officially begins. Today's the start of the new training block for the next big fitness challenge that I'm doing now. This is gonna be the biggest and the hardest challenge I've done yet to date, but I'm super excited for this one. So it's been about 10 days since I did that 50K ultramarathon, supporting the whole situation going on right now. That was a big virtual ultramarathon that I did just around Austin. And then last week I took a recovery week and I feel pretty good now. And today starts the new training block that I'll go ahead and announce in a bit. First, we're gonna go ahead and hit a good strength session, which actually has to do with the plan, and then I'll go ahead and detail everything out for you guys. Just got back from that workout and I am smoked for what that workout was, but it's good to be back hitting the weights again. So let's go ahead and talk about what I'm prepping for right now, what this next big training block is. So my next big challenge that I'm doing, which will take the next 16 weeks, is today starts the 16-week training block for my next 50-mile ultramarathon. Now, I'm doing things a bit differently during this ultramarathon. If you guys have been following this channel for a while, you know I've done a few 50K ultras, and then I did my first 50-mile ultra back in February, but I'm doing things quite a bit differently this time around. So back in February, I did my first 50-miler. It was the Rocky 50 here in Texas, and I actually did way better than I expected at that one. That one I was just essentially training to finish, but I ended up coming in 3rd place in my age group and 15th place overall. And I did it in 9 hours and 3 minutes, which isn't an amazing time, but it did surpass my goals I had for that ultra. The thing is, now I'm focusing on speed. So I was focused all on just finishing, and I was very happy with the results that came out of that. Now I'm actually trying to get fast at the 50. So what I'm actually training for right now is in 16 weeks from now is the Lean Horse 50 miler, and that's up in South Dakota. And I'm very excited because during August, it's gonna be much cooler up in South Dakota than it will be down here in Texas. And I'm gonna be training through the heat here in Austin, Texas. So assuming that the whole global situation going on right now doesn't cause that race to be canceled, like several other races have, I'll be doing Lean Horse 50 on August 16th. If for some reason it does get canceled, then I'm gonna still be doing a 50 miler. It'll be a virtual 50 miler. I'll find a 50 miler for that weekend, and I'll do it. I'll even make it just like I did the virtual 50K this last week. But the whole goal is to essentially train for speed throughout the summer while adding something else on top of that. So for that 50 miler, my goal right now is to do in 8 hours and 30 minutes. So I'm essentially wanting to shave about 33 minutes off from my PR for the last 50 miler that I did. Now that would be a pretty drastic improvement, especially since I know the guts I left out there on the field when I did the Rocky 50. Doing the 50 miler was not easy by any means, but I think, you know, training through what I plan on doing this summer, that I can definitely make that happen. It's gonna be tough, but I think I can make it happen. And if I make that happen, it'll be interesting to see where I place in the field with that. Like I've said before, I am not an elite ultramarathoner. What I like to do is essentially be a total hybrid athlete. So I like doing strength training along with ultra training. You know, kind of like what David Goggins has found, Cam Hanes, he likes training for hunting, all of that. You know, I like the whole hybrid approach as well. So I'm not trying to be an elite ultra runner, but I'm trying to be as elite as I possibly can and push myself through those pain caves, go further each day. So for the specifics, the plan I'm following is Sage Kennedy's 50-mile plan. Sage Kennedy, he's an elite ultramarathoner. He's a freaking awesome runner. And I've actually been following his plan for about the last year and a half in training, but I've taken out a lot of his speed work in his training plans. Essentially, I've been doing low heart rate aerobic training for the last year and a half, 2 years, to essentially get me into ultramarathons. And I'll talk in other videos how you train for ultras compared to, say, training for a marathon or shorter distances. It's a bit different, and a lot of it is heart rate training or aerobic training compared to your anaerobic training. But now what I'm doing is I'm doing his advanced plan, and I am adding a ton of speed work compared to what I've been doing throughout the summer. There'll still be a lot of the easy, long, slow runs, but along with that, I'm doing quite a bit more speed work through this summer. Now, the big variable in all of this that's gonna cause this to be A pretty tough training plan is the heat and humidity here in Austin, Texas during the summer. I remember last summer, it was freaking brutal running through the summer and my miles went down. So during this plan, I'm gonna be doing 50 to 80 miles per week, which I've kind of been doing. I'll be upping the miles even more now, but doing that through the summer heat is gonna be freaking killer, but I'm excited for the challenge to do that. All right, so now how I'm doing things differently this time for this 50 miler is one, I'm adding the speed workouts in, but I've talked to you guys in the last few videos, what I'm actually doing this time is I'm adding back my strength training. I've missed doing a lot of strength training over the last couple of years when I've essentially been just trying to become an ultra marathoner. I miss that and I love getting back and hitting the weight. So I'm gonna be adding a lot of HIIT workouts, so a lot of sandbag workouts, stuff I used to do when I was a firefighter. I'm gonna literally pull out the workouts I did when I was a firefighter at the station, and then obviously getting back in the gym and doing more bro bodybuilding style workouts. I'm gonna be adding that back in. And I'll be showing you all along how you can actually do this as a hybrid athlete, because there's a lot of guys out there, and girls too, that are crushing it, throwing up some heavy weight and doing some huge endurance challenges like Ironmans, ultras, all of that. This is something that a lot of people are taking advantage of right now. It's something you absolutely can do. And I've felt stronger too when I feel strong muscularly at the same time as endurance-wise. All right, so I've got a bit more work to do today, but that's the plan. That's gonna be this series that I'm gonna detail out, the 50-mile prep. But I wanna show you guys that this is accessible. This is something you can do whether you're into CrossFit, you're into throwing up weights, whether you just are a short distance runner and wanna move up. I'm gonna show you that you guys can do an ultra. And then moving on past this 50-mile prep, I've already mapped out the challenges for the whole next year, and I'm excited to bring you guys that. But I've got a bit more work to do, and then I want to talk to you guys a bit more about what's going on with all of this. All right, I'm about to step off for the run. So most of the runs in this program are gonna be long, slow runs. About 80% of them are gonna be in that aerobic kind of green zone heart rate, and then 20% of them are gonna be red line. It's gonna be, those fast speed workouts with, very high heart rate. Previously, to get ready for ultras, I would say about 95% of my workouts were more aerobic to build up my aerobic base. And that is a big difference too between, say, training for an ultra and even training for, a marathon, and especially for training for shorter distances. You do a lot less speed workouts, and even your speed workouts are ultra specific. So instead of going out for a lot of, say 200-meter repeats, it's gonna be more like 2-mile repeats, stuff like that. But it still applies. The 80-20 rule still applies, that 80% of the workouts are gonna be easy to build up that aerobic base, and then 20% are gonna be, really redlining, going kind of balls to the wall, super hard. Now, the thing is, I've discovered that the further the distance, that's actually where my strength is. Moving up from half marathons to marathons and then to 50 miles, seems like the further the distance, the better I actually perform. And it's really later in the race. It's when a lot of people start walking and all of that. And I attribute that to building up my aerobic base. When a lot of people are dropping out and they're walking, they're taking a ton of time at the aid stations. That's when I'm, still chugging along. It's like I can get into that one heart rate zone and I can keep that forever. As long as you can go ahead, put in the work of it, doing the high miles to get ready for an ultra, and then you can build that, mental fortitude to push through those pain caves, you can do a far ultra. And it really comes down to, if you can get into that one gear and hold it. It's really, the point is not slowing down throughout the whole thing and not quitting. But that's where I found my biggest strength, is that I can get that, go through the pain caves and keep moving. But right now, I'm getting ready to go out for an easy 9-miler. On the plan, it says between 7 and 9 miles. So I'm gonna shoot for the upper end of that and do 9 miles. And I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Wrapped up that 9-miler and I am freaking hungry. So most of the days, I would say about 90% of the days, I'm gonna be doing 2 workouts a day. So obviously one of those is gonna be the run, whatever the run is in the plan. Like I said, this is gonna be 50 to 80 miles per week. And then the other workout's either gonna be a strength workout, strength and conditioning. So that's gonna be a typical bodybuilding style workout. or HIIT workout. And then on the other days, it'll be more of a core and stability type workout. So that could be, you know, literally just an ab workout, or that could be doing yoga, something like that. But most of the days I am gonna do 2 workouts a day. And I'm excited to see, you know, the results of training through the hot summer, upping my mileage during this time, and doing 2 workouts a day. I'm excited to kind of go through this new test. This will definitely probably be the toughest summer I've had in a long time, since maybe even fire school in Georgia in the summer, but it'll be good. But I hope you guys follow along. Like I said, if any of y'all want to, you know, join in on this, you know, I would love to give you tips, even if it's just to train for, you know, your first 50K or first marathon or half marathon even. It'd be freaking bomb if you guys join me on this, and you know, I can definitely help you guys out with that. So drop a comment down below, and I'll keep you guys posted along with this whole series. Follow me along this journey, see what it entails, all of that. But if you guys could, please go ahead and smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Be happy, be positive, be powerful. Have a great rest of your day.